Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. Happy Sunday. This is the very last leftover holiday candle review that I had on my to-do list. And we are going to be tackling Homeworx Christmas Cupcake. If you missed my earlier videos from today, I will link them in the description box down below. There was a Scentworx review as well as a Kringle candle review. So if you're interested in those, they will be down in the description box for you. If this Christmas cupcake is still available anywhere, I will link that in the description box as well. However, I wouldn't say run out and get this one, just based off of my personal experience with it. This one has a real plus in terms of I love the fragrance itself. It smells so delicious, but the performance is, it's not giving me what I would like, so, but we'll get into that. So anyway, let's get into the fragrance notes, and then I'll tell you what my, my problem has been with this candle. Pretty much for most of its burn, I think I have maybe like 5 or 10 more hours left in terms of almost being done with this guy. It is lit, and I will take you for a top view here, which will kind of probably explain partly why I'm having issues with this one. Okay, fragrance notes. Sorry, distraction. Whipped buttercream, shortbread cake, holiday sprinkles, and warm vanilla. Okay, that sounds, I guess, maybe a little bit more flowery than what this is, which is just a really delicious, like delicious cupcake, frosted vanilla cupcake. That's what this is. It's so good. I could stick my nose in this particular fragrance all day long. I think it's really well done. The vanilla smells just very delicious and gourmand. That like cupcake note is, I mean, it's pretty spot on. Like it smells like a funfetti cupcake. You can almost get like those, you know how when you make the funfetti birthday cake, you put in the sprinkles, like you can almost like smell those sprinkles in there as well. And that just basic buttercream frosting, kind of like that wedding cake buttercream frosting. That's what I smell in this particular scent. Again, I love the fragrance. There are no complaints about the scent at all. But here's my beef with this one. The strength and the throw are so low, and I'm just not used to that with Homeworx candles. There are some that are definitely lighter than others, but for the most part for me, Homeworx performs very consistently in my house, which is why I continue to purchase it. I really do get a good strength and throw for the most part, but this guy's not giving it to me, and it's kind of a bummer because this is the type of scent that I really love and tend to gravitate towards. I love basic gourmand bakery scents. In fact, the more boring a bakery scent is in terms of just smelling like a cookie or a cake, or, you know, like I'm good with things being very simple, but I do have to be able to smell them. And this is one of those candles where when I walk into the room, and I have this in my family room, when I walk into the room, I can tell something is going, but I can't even really tell like where it's coming from. The strength I would put at about like a 3 or a 4, not very strong at all. It's almost like this was a single wick in like a large open concept room. Like that's kind of the experience that I'm having with this one. And the throw is, I mean, I would say the throw is kind of like a 2 at most. It really, you can smell it like within the room. Like I said, you walk in and you're like, oh yeah, there's something going here. But you really kind of have to like sniff around and see where it's coming from, and then like really stick your nose in it to get like the full experience of the scent. And that is, I mean, this is a 4-wick candle. I feel like that shouldn't need to be a thing. Now, Vanillas are notoriously a little bit harder to get right. They can definitely be done strong, but sometimes I found that with some really, really strong vanilla candles, you do experience just a little bit more of like sooting for some reason. But I just love that basic type of scent. Just really, really appeals to me. And this one, if it was a good performer, I would have bought a ton of these and I would have just taken the label off and burned it year round, because I don't think this screams holiday at all. I think this screams just kind of beautiful, generic, gourmand, year-round type of scent. I've certainly burned it during the holidays, and I would burn it during the holidays again, especially if it was reformulated and it was a lot stronger. But I could also see myself burning this during the summertime. Like, just, it's a great year-round type of blender candle, but not with the strength and throw what it is. So I'm going to take you guys, this is a little hard to do because I have me on a tripod, but let's take a peek, and you can kind of maybe see where part of the problem is coming from. These wicks, I did not trim these, and I have not trimmed them the entire burn. These are the kind of wicks that they start out good for the first couple of burns, and then they start to peter out, and it takes them a long time to really get going. You can also see I have a little bit of like residue that's remaining on the sides of this one as well. And I think that's just because this cannot get as hot as it needs to in terms of like to really, I think, melt that wax and to be able to crank out the fragrance. I don't love these wicks. I hope these are not something that are going to be sticking around. I'm not sure if because of some of the shortages this year, Harry had to play with the wicks again, but I feel like I haven't seen these wicks for a while. Now, here's the thing though, with other candles that have had these similar wick issues where, you know, they're the kind of wicks that you don't need to trim, like they don't form the mushroom tops or anything. Some of those in the past, I've still been able to smell the candles. Not as good as if they would have probably had a different wick, but I've still been able to smell them. And so this makes me think that maybe, I don't know if they maybe messed up with the formulation of the oils or something. I think they're in the proper concentrations, like the different notes, but there's just not enough, you know? I just don't think there's enough to really like give this candle the oomph that it needs. Like with it being a vanilla, it needs a little bit more to begin with, and it's just not there. So overall, this one I'm going to unfortunately give a thumbs down. I wouldn't recommend like going out and buying a bunch. Let me know what your experience was with Christmas Cupcake. I hope Harry reformulates it and that it comes back, because I do love the scent. I just need some more oomph from it though. So anyway, you guys, I feel like that's all that I need to say about this one. Let me know what your experience is again in the comments down below. If you do want to take your chances with this one, I'll link it in the description box, but I would say hold out and see if Harry brings it back next year and see if we can get a little bit more oomph out of it, or maybe I just got it done. I don't know. You guys let me know what your experience with it is in the comments. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.